yet, but you don't want this mixture to foam and stay foaming. So what you're going to do is a combination of removing the pot, putting it back on, removing the pot, putting it back on. When you remove the pot, the foam subsides. You keep doing that until finally, when you're boiling the mixture, it's not going to foam up. At that time, when it stops foaming, you're going to want to let that sit on the stove, keep boiling for 20 to 30 minutes. At the same time, while that's happening, you want to prepare your fermenting vessel. You're going to put about 3 gallons of water into your vessel. Now, when this is done boiling, you're going to slowly pour the mixture into the vessel. And whatever room is left, you want to fill up with water to about 5 gallons. Now, at this point, you have unfermented beer, also called wort, W-O-R-T. You're going to want to let this cool to about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And at this point, you're ready to take your first hydrometer reading. You take a beginning gravity and a final gravity. This is going to float right inside the wort, and you're going to take whatever reading where the water line is, and you're going to write that down. At this point, after you get your reading, you're going to sprinkle the yeast nice and slowly into the mixture. You're going to let it sit, wait about 10 minutes, and then with the stirring cane or just a regular spoon, you want to give it 1 to 2 slow strokes. At this point, you're ready to put your lid on along with your airlock. This is going to make an airtight seal. You will put water into your airlock about halfway. That actually makes the seal. And when this happens, your wort is going to start fermenting. Over the next 24 hours, the yeast gives off a lot of CO2, and you will see bubbling through the airlock. Fermentation does continue for 48 to 72 hours, and then settling begins. So that's brewing. Once that is done, after about a week, you're ready for bottling. You're going to want to clean and sanitize all your materials, again, especially all your bottles. Excuse me. You're going to want to heat a saucepan with about a cup of water and mix in your priming sugar. You're going to want that to dissolve. At this point, you're going to take your final gravity, and you can look online for a specific formula that'll tell you how strong your beer is. Then at this point, you're going to want to siphon your beer in the primary to your bottling bucket. This will be on the ground, this will be up high. Once you siphon the beer, you start siphoning, you pour the dissolved sugar into the bottling bucket, and that will reinvigorate the yeast again. When you start bottling each one of your bottles, the yeast is invigorated, and then you cap it, leaving a seal. When that happens, the yeast is going to continue to give off CO2, and that's what actually carbonates the beer. Once you fill and cap all of your bottles, you're going to want to leave it in the basement where it's cool and dark for about another week or so. And then after that, you can either put it in the refrigerator or leave it there for another 3 weeks. And that's pretty much it. At that point, you're ready to drink your beer. If I stop following these simple directions, it's easy, inexpensive, and fun to make your own beer. In conclusion, I'd like to leave you with a quote. Homer Simpson said, "Beer, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems." Folks, thank you for coming. Please drink responsibly.